Yo, so welcome back to a brand new video on anime adventures. So today the plan for this video is to show you guys the highest damaging units on anime adventures. Obviously on other updates this is going to be outdated, so I'm most likely going to be remaking this video if you guys want me to. But yeah, we're here with your boy Curse. He's going to help us out. So let's hop into infinite mode and let's check out these high damaging units. Alright, so the first unit I want to talk about is going to be my guy Shanks. Now we all know this guy. If you don't know, then you're probably new to the game, and that's why I'm mainly making this video for new players out there. But it's also good to have a list here and there. So right here, my guy Shanks. You guys don't know why he's so good. This guy, when he's fully maxed out, he's actually all-around AoE, and he attacks like every 4.2 seconds, which is pretty quick. And I have him at level 70, not even level 80, and he's still doing a decent amount of damage. I just have to keep upgrading this guy. Like right now, he's doing 3.3k every 4.6 seconds with all-around 20 range AoE, which is actually still pretty good. There you go. I got Shanks maxed out. So yeah, he's doing 8,381 damage every 4.2 seconds with 22 range, and he's all around AoE. So I mean, like, that's pretty quick. 8.3k damage all around AoE. That does amazing amounts of damage, especially the fact that like as soon as the enemy enters, they take damage, and like no matter where they are in his range, they just take damage. And not to mention the fact that this guy also has a manual ability that's crazy. So I mean, look at that. You could also stun the enemies, and while they're stunned in your AoE, you could literally keep attacking them. So it just makes this character super OP for DPS. It's really good. Highly recommend this character, and he's also one of the best support characters out there. Now I know there's another unit out there that I won't have on this list 100%. Is gonna be my guy Eren Founding Titan. I don't have him. I still haven't unlocked him. I could unlock him, but it's just not that serious for me, so I haven't really been trying. But yeah, Eren Founding Titan is like the strongest unit in the whole game. He deals the most damage, but of course he's like a one-time use character, so that's that, I guess. But I mean, yeah, you can still get Eren Founding Titan as well. I don't have him, like I said, so it's really your choice.
Alright, so I finally maxed out Uryu, and he's doing 5.9 thousand damage every 3.4 seconds. But in reality, that's not how much he's doing. So every time you see this guy fly up doing his attack, when he does his flying attack, that actually means he's doing a critical. So he has like a 25% chance of doing a critical. And when he does his critical, he does insane amounts of damage. And it's way better than this guy right here. But this guy's on the list too, because he actually does a lot of damage as well, but he's nowhere near as much as Uryu, even though Levi's damage shows more. It's just crazy, bro. Uryu is cracked, and he has multiple hits per attack, and each of those attacks, if I'm right, could do critical, plus his last hit is always going to do double damage. So he's doing more damage than he shows like pretty much every time. So he's a very good unit, and yeah, he does like 12,000 damage per second or some crazy thing like that, which the damage output comes out to more than what Stark does, which is absolutely insane. So that's why, of course, Uryu has to be on this list. And then we got Levi as well. So he does his critical chance as well, but it's not as good as Uryu, but he still does very good critical and could get up to 15,000, maybe even more on rare occasions. But he still does really good damage, especially for the amount of seconds he has, and he's mainly used for boss killing because his AoE is so small.
So next up, we got my unit right here, Juzo from Tokyo Ghoul. Now this character is a character that's used for like infinite mode that has regen enemies, because that's what he's made for, to kill regen enemies. And this character, even without having to use him for regen enemies, he still does decent amount of damage. Like, check this out, guys. So I have him at level 73, and he does 9,196 damage every 4.8 seconds and 31 range. Now, if you look at his AoE cone is pretty nice as well. It's not small at all, and I mean, he does attack a pretty good amount of damage for 4.8 seconds. Taking the fact that I don't even have a trait on this guy, you could probably get like a Godspeed trait on this guy, or a sniper, or divine, and he would be doing even more damage. So this guy is still a really good character out there, even though he's only used for like regen enemies. You could still use this character for pure DPS because he's just still good. And not to mention the fact that he also causes a bleeding effect as well. So that's what's also good about this character. Alright, so the next unit I got on the list though is gonna be my guy Eisen. Now Eisen, this dude, he doesn't have really good amount of range, but the thing about this character is that his damage is actually cracked. 14k damage every 6.1 seconds with 23 range. And his AoE splash is not that bad either. I mean, he does have 23 range, but we all know, guys, is that AoE splash also hits outside of their range. So he kind of more like has like 25 range, 26 range, but yeah, something around that. But yeah, I mean, look at that damage, guys. 14k is pretty OP for a character like this every 6 seconds. And not to mention the fact that this guy is not even designed to be a DPS character. This guy is designed to be a support character, because when you press his ability, he goes back to your base and he basically defends it. So, I mean, this character, if you use it as a DPS on story mode or something, like, he's still good. And he also got a manual ability to save your base. So, yeah, he's definitely on this list because of that, because he's just a good character.
Another unit, another hill unit I want to talk about is going to be a Kainu. Alright? Put this guy right between these two air units. And he is very slow, I know. But this guy is very, very good. Alright? And there's one reasoning. It's because he's a hill unit, okay? Probably one of the only hard-hitting air units in anime adventures. He's pretty much one of the best burning units in the game still. And I think he's the second best air unit, alright? I think Uryu is better, but I think Kainu is just probably the second best. I mean, doing 19,000 damage is absolutely cracked. Even though it is 14 seconds, his range is very, very good, and his splatter is like probably the biggest in the game.
Yeah, this guy's splatter is gigantic.
Now, the best unit from the Tokyo Ghoul update is going to be this guy right here, alright? Arima. The reason why people like him so much is because he does very good damage with the amount of seconds he has. Plus, he is a cone AoE, which could be more useful than splatter in some ways, okay? Because they reach a lot more enemies than splatters do, in some ways at least. But 51 range with 5.7 seconds and 13,000 damage, and he ain't even max level for me yet, but he is close to it. But either way, he is very, very good, and that damage is cracked. I mean, he's better than Juzo, he's better than Ito, I think, as well.
Yeah.
He's the best Tokyo Ghoul unit.
100% he is.
Alright, and my last unit is going to be the best unit in the entire game, or one of the best units in the entire game. Wait, let me place him better. Alright, so let me place down the best unit in the game, which is going to be this unit right here, Kisuke Urahara. Now let's max this guy out as well. And look at that. He is pretty much a better version of Arima. Maybe his range isn't as good as Arima's. Yes, I know. But this guy also has a manual ability that boosts his range and boosts his seconds. So he's still very good. And 17,000 damage every 5 seconds or 5.6 seconds is very, very good. So I think he's around the same DPS as Arima or more. So either way, Kisuke is for sure like on top. Kisuke is for sure like one of the top units.
For sure, 100%. And now that this new update is coming out soon, guys, highly recommend getting this character because it will be limited time only. So yeah, watch out for this character in the banner, guys. Alright, so next unit I got on me though is gonna be my guy Ulquiorra. Now this dude right here is similar to Eisen, not Eisen, what's his name, Arima. Yeah, this guy's similar to Arima in a way as well, just like how my guy Kisuke. As you can see, when he's maxed out, 16k damage, 6.8 SPA and 45 range. This guy is a DPS master, bro. Like, he's one of the best DPS units on the game right now. And he's also AoE Splash. AoE Splash is pretty good too. It's not small at all. Like, look at that size. It's crazy, bro. It's crazy. So this unit, highly recommend getting it because of the fact that it just does crazy amounts of DPS. And sometimes, I don't know, but I've seen the attack hitting 4 times instead of 3. So sometimes he actually does more damage than he actually writes, which is weird, but not all the time though. So yeah, this character is actually really good for DPS. Like I said multiple times, you need this character. There's not that much to explain about him. And yeah. And finally, guys, the final unit on this list is gonna be, of course, you guys already know who it is. It's gonna be obviously Stark, because I mean, Stark is pretty much the heaviest hitter on the whole game. And mine does 35,781 damage every 12 seconds with 4 SPA. And 51 range, guys. So I mean, what is there to explain? Like, when you max this guy out, he also summons the wolves, and then the wolves are basically like Erwin but AoE splash attack. So it's just a crazy character. And I mean, like, look at that AoE lane, bro. Like, yeah, it's just thick. It's thick, bro. It's thick. So not that much to explain about this unit either. Just literally shows you most busted unit in this whole entire setup right here. So yeah, I think that's pretty much it for this video. So if you guys enjoyed this video, be sure to like and subscribe if you haven't. Check out my guy Cursed, and see you guys on the next video of Anime Adventures. Peace out.